Hey, what's this Javier Balderramos? I am here with Terry Wilson. Terry Wilson is another podcaster, and I went out and I found Terry, and Terry happens to be doing sports out of Atlanta. So if you want to know about anything and everything in Atlanta sports, I'm shamelessly plugging his YouTube channel, but now he has expanded into movies. And now he's expanded into movies. And now he's doing movies out of Atlanta. I don't know exactly what it's called, but we're just gonna say it's movies out of Atlanta. Thank you, Mr.
Oh,
Wilson, for coming on.
thank you, Javier. I appreciate it. I'm glad to be here with you today, man, talking about Armageddon. Really excited, man. Rewatched it a couple of times, and I tell you what, I love the movies. It's not one for reality, but if you can suspend your belief for a minute,
Of
turn
course
your
it
brain
is.
off.
Of course it
It's a
is.
great movie, man. Great movie.
It's funny that it came out in '98. It kind of leads off in like what was it, 2 years before that? We had Independence Day in
Mm-hmm.
'96. And
Mm-hmm.
now we have Armageddon, and then we had The Brock.
Mm-hmm.
And
With
we had
Nicolas
quite a few. Like it
Cage.
makes me wonder what happened to the movies now these days, where it became all superheroes.
Are well, no, Michael Bay's still alive. Michael Bay's
Yeah.
still alive. Michael Bay a
Mr.
little,
Transformers.
yeah. He reminds me a little bit of the Bruckheimers, the early Bruckheimer movies, just a little. In that the camera work and the corny, cheesy lines and the big budget for you know not necessarily the greatest plot, maybe a B movie, but we're gonna go big. He kind of reminds me of them. But anyway, um, I don't know. I know Jerry Bruckheimer's still alive. The other one died, so maybe maybe they're just part of a dying breed. What do you think?
Well, no, I think we're going back to it, to be honest with you.
You
I
think
think
so?
this superhero stuff is coming to an end. I really do. We're just kind of even when we get good superhero movies,
Mm,
we still don't want to watch it. Like we just got the Thunderbolts, which is kind of it's a really good movie,
hmm.
but apparently it just costed too much to make.
Yeah.
And then we had Superman, which is a really good movie, which is a better movie. Cheesy, everything you want in a summer movie. And apparently people didn't go out to see it.
Well, I mean, you know, um, they went out to see it the first weekend. I think there was I don't want to say resistance or hesitation, but I just it's not my dad's Superman. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Oh
and
yeah.
this isn't about Superman, so I'm not going to make it about him. But I if you make a good movie, they will come to see it, right? But nowadays, I mean, let's look at it. You got most people have 3 or 4 subscriptions. You know what I mean? That they're paying for. Unless a movie is really, really, really good, people aren't going to go see it. It's just the way of the world. I don't care what movie. I mean, I know what movie that just released. Golly, it came out. It starts with a W. It came out Friday. Uh,
I don't know. I went to go see F1 was a really good movie.
I want to see F1. I've heard
That's a
that is a good
really good
movie.
movie.
I just been remiss in my duty to go see it. I heard that is a
It's
great movie.
it's a very much of a throwback of what we're going to talk about in Armageddon.
Well, then I really got to go see it. I really got to check this out. The name of the movie was Jesus. What's the name of this movie? Ah, it starts with it's a horror
We're
movie.
talking about weapons.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
I haven't seen weapons yet. I
I
haven't
heard it was
seen it
good.
yet.
I heard it was good. Well, it was good. It wasn't as good as my friend expected, but it was good. Okay.
Well, I mean,
It
isn't
was
the
good.
concept about children becoming weapons and
Correct.
possibly murdering a town?
Correct. Correct. I don't know. Weird. Whatever. There's
Yeah,
another
it's
movie
made.
coming out called Him. Have you heard of it? Have you seen
I saw the
the trailer
trailer
for?
to it. I
Yeah. That looks crazy. What do you think about that? Like that's a horror sports movie? Like what do
I
you
don't
think
know
about
what
that?
the hell. Some of these movies, they're just blending stuff and together, and hopefully it sticks. That's
Yeah,
really what it is,
they're just throwing stuff on the board. Yeah, exactly. I agree.
you
But
know. And
I gotta be honest, Javi. I'm curious. Like to be honest, I don't like horror movies as a genre. Well, I don't necessarily like the devil movies. Now, if you're talking about
yeah, yeah,
Freddy or Jason or stuff like that, I'll see that all day. But I grew up the son of a Baptist preacher, so I've seen some things. My deal with the devil is I don't mess with him and he doesn't mess with me. You know what I mean? So I'm not, but outside of that, like the typical horror, like Psycho stuff like that, I'll watch. But him is it's interesting. Like I don't know what it is. So I think I'm gonna go see it. I don't know. But anyway, we're not here to talk about him.
yeah.
We're here to talk about Armageddon, 1998, man. Let's go.
Man, it's like it's something, right? Ben Affleck's in it. Bruce Willis is in it. Billy Bob Thornton before Billy Bob Thornton was Billy Bob Thornton. Steve Buscemi, Owen Wilson before he was. Michael Clark Duncan is in it. Like, there's a lot of big names that
Yes.
ended up in this movie somehow.
Yes. 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 And they had some great one-liners. Uh I love this movie, man. Again, if you totally disregard any of the scientific information, it's like it's like watching one of those Lifetime movies my wife watches it, watching them in the courtroom, and I'm like, that wouldn't happen in court. They wouldn't let them say that. They would, you know what I mean? But
Oh, I know.
I gotta turn my brain off. You know what I mean?
Like when
But
I explain to people that Law and Order is just a show. Like,
right,
not everything ends with semen. Not everything
right,
ends with semen. Like,
right.
I don't know where they get this. Like there's just like it's just like hanging off a closet or something. Like it's just on the ground.
It's crazy, man. It's you know what's funny? I was speaking of Law and Order, and I love SVU, but I also have issues SVU because I feel like they take stuff too far. I really do. And I'll give you an example. There was this one episode where this gentleman was essentially impersonating a counselor, a college counselor, to get women, to trick women into sleeping with him, right?
Yeah.
To get their children obviously admitted into the college. And so one of the ladies found out that he wasn't really a counselor, and she tried to have him prosecuted for rape. And I'm like, that's not rape. That.
That's consent.
Well, it is consent. Now, their argument was, well, he's not who he said he was, and I'm like, well, a lot of times you're not who you say you are, right? So
Yeah,
you
like
can't.
can you imagine how many men would be in jail right now if they're I'm here in Austin. Everybody in Austin thinks they make 100K and they're on boats on Lake Travis. Can you imagine all these fools?
Or let's look at the other way. I love sports. I love football. That's a great home run. Like, you know what I mean? People stretch the truth a bit to get what they want. So, you know, look at especially in the beginning of a relationship, you're not meeting that person, you're meeting their representative. They're going to be on their best behavior. You're not going to find out about their bad habits until you're 2, 3 months in, unless you're really looking for it. But the point of the matter is, none of us, unless you are 100% honest, unless you are just totally transparent, none of us are completely open and vulnerable in the beginning stages. Why would you be? You got to know if you can trust this person, right? So I don't know. I just thought that was ridiculous, but
Oh, like I've noticed the more transparent you are up front, the more of an asshole you actually are in real life.
Really? Now let me ask you a question. Is that is that from your perspective or is that from whomever you're dating's perspective? Like
That
when
is,
you
I would have to say that is probably the truth. Like,
okay on both sides.
that's probably, because it's like, because I'm a terrible liar in real life. Like, I could not
That's
lie
good.
to save my life. So I make it a point, don't even lie. Like, even when it's bad news, I'm like, hey,
Uh.
you can only stay here for a little bit. Like, I don't know what to tell you. You're my buddy. I love you, but God, you can't be here forever. Like,
Oh wow.
like my house is a refuge for nerds, and you're welcome to stay here, but you can't be spending all your money on just comic books and magic cards and Dungeons and Dragons books. Like, you gotta take your ass and go get an apartment.
I heard that. I heard
Mhm.
I heard that.
Like, just because
Well,
I'm doing well doesn't mean we're doing well. That means I'm doing well.
mm, mm,
And
mm, mm.
I think people get that confused.
You think so?
I think so. Like, I could tell you, like, here since I've been doing podcasting for like the last 2 years, like, I have gotten so many DMs from women,
Mm.
and all of a sudden you are sex. You are amazing. You know,
You're the
like,
greatest. You're the
yeah, you
greatest.
are, man. You are
You
just
are. Oh my God, you fart rainbows. Oh, you're
yes,
great.
and you gotta pump those brakes. Like, you gotta understand that just because, and I'm not even like successful, like the 20% successful.
Right.
I'm just making a little bit. I'm
Right.
just making, something every couple of weeks. Like, I'm doing okay. I got my full-time job. I got my mandatory overtime. I go to my mandatory overtime. Like, I take care of everybody around me. I need to. Like, I'm doing all right.
Mhm.
And I don't think people just think that you just make money grow on trees. Like, no, we got to be doing stuff like this. Like, we got to be on the hustle, on the grind, like, all the time.
It's how people are, man. That's how people are. I tell you what's funny is when you're the first time you're out and about and somebody recognizes you from podcast and you gotta remember, right? Like
Mhm.
it doesn't happen to me when I go to the store, but if I go to a Falcons game or a Braves game, I'll be like T Will, and I have to, you know what I mean? Because my first thought is I don't
Yeah.
know you, but then I'm like, oh wait a minute, oh yeah, how you doing, right? So, um, but again, most of my subscribers are men, so I don't, have that, you know, um,
Yeah.
but it is interesting. There's a lot that goes with that, right? Like I know when I go to a Falcons game, I got to be ready. You know what I mean? I got to be. Hey, how you get what I'm saying? Like, so
Oh, yeah,
is
yeah.
it like that for you when you go to the stores now, or is it just exclusively on your DMs? Like, have people
Right.
approached you out in public, like at
Well,
restaurants?
it's
They
like that
recognize you?
for me when I go to work with other people. Like, when I went to Sacramento, or when I go to Orlando and I'm in like a group
Hmm.
conversation. And then
Okay.
there's just like I'm not gonna say like a million people, but there's a lot of people, and
Yeah.
there's just like other people there with you,
Okay.
and
Okay.
then that's it. And they see that, I'll tell you they'll see that, but they don't see like how long it took you to get here, and
Yeah, they
they may
don't
not
see the
even pay
work you put
you.
into it. They don't see
Yeah,
the
they
work
may
you
not
put
even
into
pay you like what you think you're supposed to get paid. But the fact is, I got my happy ass to Orlando, and I did this show, you know,
it. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's
I
like,
mean,
yeah,
hey, no, it's cool. It's cool, man. Well, hey, these people didn't come to see me talk about being recognized by Atlanta sports fans. They want to talk about some Armageddon and some the Criterion collection, bro. So, hey, man, let's get into it. let's
It
talk
is,
about the Michael Bay aesthetic in this film, man. I mean, big explosion, dynamic camera work, fast pacing, visual effects, lots of explosions. Give me your thoughts on that. Give me your thoughts on just the Michael Bay aesthetic in general. When it comes, well, in general, just give me your thoughts. Are you a
so
Michael
one of
Bay
the fun
fan?
facts why it ended up in the Criterion Collection is because everywhere that they actually filmed. So they actually filmed at Kennedy Space Center.
Yep,
They filmed at the Johnson Space Center. They
yep,
filmed here in Texas and Houston at
yep.
NASA. They actually took over Washington, D.C. at one point just to film. They went to South Dakota National Park. They took over a national park. So basically, one of the reasons why this movie ended up in the Criterion Collection is because Michael Bay got the green light to do whatever he wanted, whatever he wanted. And then, like when I say whatever he wanted, I mean probably whatever he wanted. You know, the scene at the end of the movie with Aerosmith music in the background. They're like, "Hey,
Mm-hmm.
you want the Blue Angels on it? Where are they at? Well, they're right over here. Well, you can have. You want the American flag with an eagle? You can have that too, and whatever you want. You're Michael Bay.
They call that juice. He's got
That's a
the
hell of a juice right
juice.
there.
He's got the juice. He's got the panache. He's the it guy. Hey, man, must be nice.
He
Must be
is.
nice.
Like
Must
in
be
this movie,
nice.
we always remember Armageddon, but we actually don't even remember the other asteroid movie because that
Deep
one
impact.
just
Yeah,
gone and forgotten, just come and go. And we don't think about it.
yeah. Well, I mean, I gotta be honest. I never saw Deep Impact until it came to video. But I saw Armageddon probably 5 or 6 times in the movie because I loved it that much. It was that like it that was a fun movie. That movie was fun from start to finish. It was just fun. It was a fast pace, like you say, it was a lot of action, a lot of superstars. You know, a lot of some of the dialogue is campy, some of it's really funny, some of it's witty. The love scene with AJ and Harry's daughter, where he's talking about is it a cookie or a cracker? You know, it was just it was
Yeah.
the whole thing was it was I liked it. I really liked it. And again, my wife says that's a man's movie. Like we were talking about it,
Well,
and
you
she
know,
was like,
it really was. It really
"Yeah,
was a man's
yeah,
movie. And
it's
the
a
only
guy's
reason they
movie."
even put a romantic angle in it is because they saw how much money the Titanic made.
Yeah,
Because originally there was no romantic angle in that movie.
yeah.
A lot of
Well,
people don't know
you
that,
know
but
what? But I think it added to the story, right?
they did. It very much
I
added to.
think
I
it,
think
I
it.
think it, I think it was. See, so obviously the plot was totally not realistic. But the one thing, in my opinion, that they did well was the character interactions and the storylines between Harry's, I forget her name, Harry's daughter and AJ, and the dynamic between Harry and his
It was
daughter,
Liv Tyler.
Liv Ty. That's right. And I forget her name in the movie, but um, I loved that. And then something else that stuck out to me as I was watching it last night was that a key theme in this movie was trust, right? Because in the beginning, Harry doesn't trust AJ. Well, guess what? In order to get this done, Harry had to trust AJ. AJ had to trust Harry. The lead astronaut didn't trust Harry. Harry didn't trust the lead astronaut. They have to trust each other to work to get this done. Um, and I thought that was one of the central themes, but I really, to me, it was just the interactions of the characters, the human element that made this movie. The plot's totally would never happen, okay, but
You
it
mean
was
because the
fun,
fact
man.
that they wouldn't trust them with a potato gun?
No, no, not not at all. But it was just fun, man. It was fun. I don't know. It was fun.
It
Um,
was like I really like how they actually were able to put in. the love story because, frankly, I couldn't imagine Armageddon without,
Me
well,
neither.
really without Aerosmith. The
Yeah.
song, at the end of the movie, that's by far that's one of the best endings that I've seen in a
Mm.
movie by far. When they had the funeral and the wedding at the same
That
time
was
and they
cool.
honored
That
everybody.
was cool. Yeah, that was cool.
Like
I
you don't
like
see
that.
stuff like that.
You don't. I like that. I like the Blue Angels flying. I really like when the astronaut says, "Hey, I just want to shake the hand of the bravest man that I've ever met in my life." Because honestly, I hadn't watched that movie in probably 10 years. So it's like reliving it all over again. And it was so much coming at you. I mean, it was fun, man. You know what I mean? I
It
knew
was,
Harry
it
was
was.
gonna die. I still hate it when Harry dies, but it
Did
had
you?
to be
It
that way. I get it.
kind of made the movie at
It
the end
did. It really did.
because it's
It
just
really did.
it's a summer blockbuster.
Yeah. Yeah.
With everything in it, you knew something like that was going to happen.
Yeah. What was your favorite scene?
Actually, at
Or
the end, at the very
that
end,
was your favorite?
where he actually
Okay.
sacrificed himself to blow up the. No, like the funnest scene is when they're trying to bring everybody together,
Yeah.
and you see what's his name in the
On the bike.
Harley, and
Yeah.
everybody's off
You
doing.
gotta catch me.
Yeah, like everybody's just doing some crazy ass whatever it is they're doing out there.
Oh man. Oh wow. You know what's funny to me? When AJ saying goodbye to Liv Tyler and he starts singing Leave It on a Jet Plane, and then they all start singing it with him.
Yeah,
Like that was great. That was great. I
like it's a
enjoyed that.
fun movie to watch. It's
Yeah.
going to take it's the test of time kind of movie.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really really is. Like even Will Paxton's character, his name was Chick,
Yep.
or the dude's whole arc is probably based on Send the Asteroid. Like we probably got Send the Asteroid. You know that quote when we talk about women,
Yep. Yep.
where it was like just send the. We probably got that from him.
Yeah. Probably. Probably.
So who knows
Uh
how much money this guy makes as Chick? He has a kid. He's trying to impress his girlfriend to get his child back.
mhm.
The man has to become an astronaut, go on an asteroid, blow up the asteroid,
Yeah.
and come back just to get her to acknowledge that he exists.
Right. That's
And
not a salesman. That's your father.
that's your father.
That's your father. That was a little that was a little campy. That was a little, you know. I mean,
Like is that what men have to do now these days? We
I
have to
mean,
go and blow up an asteroid and
I
come
don't
back.
know, man. I don't know. It's but I gotta be honest. That probably would work in some cases. I mean, think about it. That's instant celebrity, right?
Shit,
And
they'll
you're
probably get mad. Why'd you blow up the asteroid for? What the asteroid do to you?
you're always tearing stuff up. Oh, yeah,
I was
no.
like, you're racist against asteroids. I can imagine. I can only imagine what the hell they would say.
Oh my god. Oh
Can
my
only imagine
goodness.
what they're gonna say.
Hey man, but you know what? Hey, at the end he gets to see his son, and you know what? I like the dynamic of the team. To me, what really worked was everybody on that rig. They were a team. You know what I mean? You could
Yeah,
tell that they had hung out, they knew each other, they loved each other, and it was just fun. And then the astronauts were like professional and stiff, so you had two dichotomies literally going up in space, and they got to learn how to work together. You know what I mean? And everything that could go wrong goes wrong, right? Like that was the
of
other
course it
thing about
does.
it. Everything that could go wrong goes wrong, right? And
Well, like you remember
man,
on the space station where what the hell's his name? He talks
the
about the
Russian,
whole world's on the space station, but everything's made up from Taiwan.
right, 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 the Russian, yeah, 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 that was funny. And he was a little loopy because he had been there, what, a year and a half? So that makes sense,
Yeah,
right? Because you need contact with people. You think you don't, but it's like having contact with the sun. If you go 5 years without seeing the sun, your skin's gonna take on a different change. Your personality is the same way. if you go a year and a half without engaging with people, you're going to be a little loopy. It just is what it is. So
Or like I was watching the commentary actually part of the day yesterday, and I came across the scene where Ben Affleck was talking to the director. He was talking to Michael Bay. He's like, well, instead of getting drillers to become astronauts, why don't they just get the astronauts to become
he told
drillers?
and he told him
Yeah, and
to,
they told them to shut the. He's like, just go with it. Don't worry about it. Just he was like, all right. He's he was talking about, well, at that time I was still new, so I was just like, I didn't know. But yeah, it was pretty funny to watch the commentary of Ben Affleck throughout part of the movie.
yeah, yeah,
And
that's
like these Criterion movies, they have like additional commentary
commentary
that's
on it.
not on the normal ones.
Okay, okay.
And then this was actually like the last movie that was on Laserdisc for them.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either because I knew they had Laserdisc. I did. I just didn't actually know how many they have. But
Hmm.
now I know they have 40 because it says the number 40 on here.
Really?
Mhm.
Hmm. You
And
have a
then I was
laser?
looking on the
You,
Laserdisc ones, and they have Akira on them
really?
Laserdisc.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I did not know that.
You have a laser disc player?
No, no.
I don't
Um,
either. I don't
I don't know. I don't know what to do with it really. Like
either. I mean, it's a keepsake, right? So
no, it's like vinyl. Like, but vinyl's way
it
better.
is, right? Right. I like vinyl. I like vinyl. There's a was it a chronograph, phonograph? There's a record player around here somewhere. So I do
Somewhere in
have
your
one of
household.
those somewhere. Somewhere. My wife's dad had one, and I know it's here somewhere. But
Yeah, because I
yeah,
remember
man.
my friends still make fun of me now because I started buying DVDs again.
I got a DVD player. I got DVDs. Matter of fact, wait a minute. What I do with those DVDs? Damn it, they're in here somewhere. I got a bunch of them. I just gotta find them. Oh, here they go. I think. Oh, I got rid of all the cases. I just keep them like in a package
Oh
like
yeah.
this. But yeah, I got a bunch of DVDs.
Oh no.
I still keep my DVDs. I invested a lot, so I
Yeah,
couldn't
like a
just
lot
let
of
it
my
go by the
movies are just in
wayside.
the closets now.
Yeah.
Is really where I have it. And now I'm just kind of like at this point I'm just buying Criterion movies because I just want something interesting to watch. And I think a lot of those movies are pretty interesting.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, let's talk about the B movie premise with the blockbuster budget, which is essentially making a serious and compelling movie out of something that on paper sounds utterly ridiculous. Um, which is exactly what they did with this, right? Yeah, we're gonna send a bunch of oil riggers up in space and give them 12 days of training because that's gonna work.
Of
No,
course it is. Of course it is.
nobody.
But you know what? At least they made it fun to watch. Like, can you imagine if
They
this was like
did.
a dead serious movie?
No, that's the only way you could make this.
Yeah.
It, you'd have to be laughing so much that you're not thinking about this plot is ridiculous, right? And it was funny. You know what I mean? Like the whole Steve Buscemi uh borrows $100,000 and then spends it on a stripper, and he wants to die. He wants to die. That's what's funny about it, right? Even when he was going through his space dementia, he still realizes we're not gonna
He still
die.
knows he owes.
What? He said, "What?"
He still knows he owes.
Right.
Like
He
what
still
mafia?
realizes
Like,
it.
did they ever say what mafia he took that like 100K from?
No, they didn't. They didn't. But you know what? He's alive at the wedding slash funeral, so maybe AJ. Like, I wonder who took over Harry's company, right? So I don't know. Maybe Liv gave Steve Buscemi the money. I don't
I
know.
have to assume it was AJ. I have to assume it was like just like a hand me down kind of.
Yeah. I mean, who else is gonna run it? He's dating Harry's daughter, so they probably run it together, right?
Yeah.
She
You
doesn't
know, I'm
she
actually
doesn't
glad that I'm actually glad they never made a sequel.
Yeah, me too. You can't make a sequel with that. Like you just can't. Some things you just gotta let it be. A la Godfather 3, which
Yeah.
should have never been made.
So we
But
got like less than 1 minute before we get cut off.
okay. Um let's what's your final rating?
Do you want to take a break and get back on it?
We can, sure.
Okay. We'll take a break real quick. And
Ah, okay, well, all right, whatever. All good.
yeah, I can send it to you.
It's all good, man. Oh boy.
Hey, so we're back. We're talking about science and Hollywood. So
Yeah.
one of the things that I thought was pretty interesting is the fact that it could have been a serious movie, but it wouldn't have been as good. It had to be kind of a comedy. And then when you put a bunch of redneck hillbillies on an asteroid in NASA, it's kind of it has its funny moments. That's what it is.
So one of the a couple of the issues was number one, the size of the asteroid. So in the movie they say it's the size of Texas, but actually the largest potentially hazardous asteroid known is only 7 kilometers, right? So there's that. Then the asteroid detection time, the movie's premise of detecting such a large asteroid only 18 days before impact is also considered unrealistic. Objects of that size would be detected years, even decades in advance. So, um, the solution, right? Because we were discussing this, and I just kind of did a little research on it, but drilling into the center of the asteroid and detonating a nuclear bomb, as the film suggests, is not a plausible solution. The approach could potentially create multiple dangerous fragments, each capable of causing significant damage to Earth. A more realistic approach would be to detect the asteroid much earlier and nudge it off course using techniques like gravitational deflection or kinetic impactors, whatever. Okay. So the science dudes didn't dig it. They were like, no, it's not realistic. Give me your thoughts on that. I didn't care, but go ahead. It
I don't really care either, but it was a really good fun movie. Like, can you
was.
imagine actually coming across something like that just out of the blue, and then your answer is like, yeah, we're just gonna send a bunch of good old boys into outer space. That's what we're gonna do.
And get them to drill.
Get them to
Because
drill.
my name is Harry, and I've never missed a target. And by God, mister, I'm not going to miss this one.
Let's go out
On the
there and
life
try to
of your
wagon
daughter
wagon.
and the life of my kids, you better not miss it. I'm not going to miss it. Then let's take care of this bomb.
Give my word on your children.
I gotta admit, I like that scene, man. I like that scene. Like I know it was campy, but I was into it, man. I
But you
was
know what?
into
It
it.
actually gave it the serious moment that we needed. Like once, because all the fun stuff was kind of out the window. The pretty much like the second half of the movie,
Yeah.
where it's like, all right, we got to take it a little more serious
It's
now.
serious now, right?
Yeah, we got to bounce off the orbit of the moon or wherever the hell it is that they're flying around.
Oh man. Golly, man. And then like they stop the detonation with 2 seconds left. Although they do that in every movie, and I don't know why I fall for it, but I was like, oh God, hurry up, hurry up. Ah, like it was great. They always do it with like 3 seconds. I wish sometimes they do it with 15, but of course they gotta build the
Yeah,
drama.
well,
So they
it's like, what if we had a Marvel movie where the good guy actually had to take a life in order to save, like he had to do something bad to
to
save
do
the,
it to save. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that would be a nice twist to something else. Like we never see the good guy take the low road to come out as the hero.
I don't know. It depends on the good guy. Like if it's the Punisher, he's definitely taking a life.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
mean, like an actual good guy, like a real legit,
Okay. So you
like
mean like not an anti-hero, an actual
yeah, yeah,
hero
no, not just
that
like the hard decision.
has a crisis of conscience.
Yeah, but like you never
Mm,
see like the ending of the movie where the hero goes into like the wrong hallway, and then the other person has to make the decision in
mm,
order to save the movie, and then you see like the repercussions after. Like you
mm,
don't see that part of it.
mm. Wow.
Like you
You know
only,
what? I tell you what, and it's funny you say that. So I was watching. Have you seen the Lazarus Project on Netflix?
I saw some of it. Yes.
Talk about the hero making the wrong decision or a selfish decision. I really enjoyed that series, and I'll tell you why. Because it asks the question, right? So these people are essentially going back in time. The concept of this series is the world has ended several times, but they've developed a machine where they essentially can reset it, right?
Yeah.
So there's certain checkpoints that they can reset. And the main character has mutant abilities that just activate. And so when the world is reset, most people don't realize it, right? It's kind of like, what do they call it? The Mandela effect. Most
Like the
people don't
butterfly
realize it.
effect almost.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right. Most people don't realize it. But because of his powers, he does, right? And I'll just give you a little tidbit. His fiance ends up dying, and he does the unthinkable and causes a nuclear war to reset to bring his fiance back, which is a big no-no, right? And what made me
Yeah.
think about it was when you were talking about, well, what if the hero does the hero really does the wrong thing? But the good thing about that series is the character arcs are great because at least three or four people have the same dilemma. And some act accordingly and some don't, right? Like if the fate of the world depended on your loved one dying, could you make that decision? I couldn't. I couldn't. You know what I mean? And
No,
and
but
and it's but it really it gets deep into it because there are several scenarios where these people are in love, or there's one scenario where this lady goes through agonizing childbirth at least 20 times. Because what happened is she was silly enough to get pregnant and deliver 2 weeks into the reset point. And so she keeps getting reset, but the babies that she is having are different babies. You get what I'm saying? So it's
yeah.
it's it's crazy. It
See, but
anyway.
that's a better concept than the stereotypical one of like how like in every I'll just say like every superhero movie
Yeah.
or every like kids movie, there's always like that one person that has to like overcome and then they get their moment
Right.
of like
Right.
they never shot a fucking bow and arrow in their life. But this is but they need to shoot this bow and this yeah, the one like, oh, I
It's
gotta
a
do it for
perfect
everybody,
shot. It's a
Yeah.
perfect shot
I've never fired off a bullet in my life,
from
but I'm gonna pick
3,000
up this
miles
AR,
away. I'm a
like
sniper in 10
uh-huh.
days. I'm a sniper. Give me a
Like
training
Yeah,
montage.
like any Disney movie, sports
Yeah.
movie where
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
the chubby kid with asthma that sits in the corner. He
Yeah.
has to like shoot the free throw or get the puck in the goal or get the goalie, whatever it is that he needs to do. Like I would rather see that than see this.
Mm,
It's
mm. Wow.
like that stuff is overplayed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they got tropes for a reason, right? I guess,
Yeah.
certain tropes work, and I get it. But yeah, I agree. Sometimes, like, I know in that case, that's what was kind of attractive to me about the show is that you had real people in these situations and they didn't always make the right decision, right?
Well, I mean, the Squid Games kind of did that too in the first
I never
season.
saw the Squid Games. I never saw Squid Games.
It's a
I
good
heard
show to
about
watch
them.
once.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay.
Once. Like I'll tell you once. Like if you're not like if you're not a big fan of it, like one of my friends is actually in the show.
Really?
Yes, yes, yes.
Hmm. Okay.
He's actually like in the show, and talk to him periodically, but he's on the other side of the world. Like he's not even here.
Hmm. Okay.
Like he was just in Houston for surgery, and then he went back.
Hmm.
But he's not a big movie star. He's just like one of the extras of the extras, and from time
Okay.
to time, he'll end up getting lines in movies.
Well, he's doing something right. I mean, if he keeps getting work, you know.
Okay. He's getting work in Asia and India. Strangely, like he has to go to India. Like he's the American for all of the Americans that go into those movies.
Hmm. All right. So in the reality verse of this movie, what was the most ridiculous concept to you? For me, it was the 12 days. Like bro, there's no way, right? You they wouldn't be ready in 6 months, let alone 12 days, right? That's for me. But what was the most just hard to digest concept for you, right? I know we love the movie, but we
Yeah,
got to
yeah.
talk about the science versus Hollywood.
Well,
What was the
it has to be when they jump the asteroid.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
remember that?
Yeah.
That's like,
Yeah.
like we're gonna wherever this dot is we're trying to get to, we're
We're
gonna get
just
to that
gonna
dot. I don't
jump
know where
it,
we're going.
but we're
It's
gonna
like,
do it. We're gonna
yeah.
jump the asteroid. You know how big the moon is? That's like we're
And
in
then they climb out
Russia.
of they climb out of the vehicle
It's crazy.
and they
We're
hold
in
on to the
Russia.
vehicle.
We need to get to Australia. Let's just jump this rock. That'll do it.
Yeah, of course, of
That'll
course.
do it.
Why wouldn't
Why
we?
wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it? It's
Yeah.
Hollywood, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Because that's how they wrote it. That's why.
Well, hey man, I enjoyed it. I the interactions, the character arcs, they were great. I like the arc of Harry where he accepts the fact that his daughter's an adult. He finally accepts the fact that look, she's in love with the roughneck like me, and you know, and he really does look at AJ like a son, even though AJ messes up or whatever. He really does look at AJ like a son. I like that. I like you like that ending where he's like, no, your job is to take care of my daughter. I thought that was pretty cool.
You know,
Um,
it's also like one of the things is there's a lot of stuff you can connect in this movie.
yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that you can connect because like everybody that has a daughter, they probably understand the horror of you as the father and your daughter actually meets somebody just like you,
Mm.
which is probably going to happen in real life. Like realistically, all these women, they're going to marry their fathers.
Yeah.
There's a really good chance they're going to marry their fathers.
Yeah. 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 Probably right. But it's just that was great. I like that. Um,
You know, and it really did like play on a lot of like your emotions because throughout the movie you actually did go through these because
oh yeah,
you spent a
it's
lot
a
of the good
roller coaster.
you spent the first part of the movie watching Harry run around trying to shoot Ben Affleck with a
That was
shotgun
funny.
at the beginning.
That was funny. That was funny, right? That was that was funny. And just the the chaos of the client showing up and then they strike oil and he's like, get him off the ship, and then they pick him up and they take Harry to the space center, and he's like, well, we need a guy to run the second ship. Who's the best guy you got? AJ, right? And then AJ's like, I want to hear 5 words. that was that was funny seeing AJ. I like that they did that because they did that at a couple of times in the movie, right? So Harry says that to AJ in the beginning when he catches him in the room with his daughter. Then AJ says that to him, when Harry's trying to recruit him to come to the project and go to space or whatever. And I think one of them says it one more time in the movie. So I thought that was cool. I enjoyed that. And just the resilience and determination, right? Harry was not going to be stopped. Harry was not going to be stopped. And I like the line. He says, "Hey man, Harry's going to do it. He doesn't know how to fail." And I thought that was great. I thought that was a great component of it. I like the Russian guy. Because he was kind of a change of pace. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Like
Kind of
I think
offbeat
we
and
needed
kooky.
that in the middle of the movie.
Yeah, yeah,
Like an
yeah,
additional character, even if it was
yeah,
just like out of the blue.
yeah. And he was just really ready to go home. And that's what I found funny. He was like, God damn it. We just, this is how
Like,
we
I want to
solve
be a
problem in
Russian
Russian.
astronaut hero. I want to be a hero
It's like, I
for
want
my
to go
home
home.
country.
Oh, that was good. That was funny. That was funny. That was funny. And then when they get the rocket going, and that was great. That was great. Yeah.
I think one of the funniest things when I was watching the commentaries, they brought up when they bought so the movie company, they needed to film the scene, the romantic scene where AJ and Grace, which is Liv Tyler,
Yeah.
they had that heartwarming moment where they're hugging each other on the
Right.
rocket.
Right.
So apparently they bought Michael Bay the back end of a rocket to film it. Like they
Damn.
literally purchased, and then later they talked about like a day or two later, they got the approval to film at NASA.
Mm. That's
So instead
juice,
of using
man.
the rocket that the company bought for the movie,
Hmm.
they filmed it at NASA, and they're like, well, "What the hell are we supposed to do with this?"
That's juice, man. That is juice. That
Can
is
you
nothing
imagine
but
having
juice.
that much money and that much like free will? They're like, "Yeah, just leave it right there.
Just
I
do
don't
it.
know what
It's
to do with it."
okay. Yeah. Just do it.
Yeah,
Just do it.
back into a rocket that's going to
Just
send
just
people
go
to
to the
space.
just go to the Roman Coliseum and film. It's okay. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fine. Go ahead, T Will. No problem. Go ahead.
of
Yeah.
course.
You're covered. You got insurance. You're okay. That's
That's a
crazy,
blank
man.
check, anyways, right? Don't worry
That's
about it.
crazy.
This movie's going to live on forever.
Well, and it really has, right? I mean, it's what, 1997? So definitely stood the test of time. You know what's interesting though? That summer Deep Impact came out as well. And this to me is kind of like Coke or Pepsi, right? Or it's like, remember when the iPods first came out and there was also a Zoom, right? Or it's like VCR and Betamax, right? Deep Impact was the Zoom or Betamax, right? It was the off-beaten choice, right?
Yeah.
It was, you know what I mean? It was,
Well, I mean, that
yeah,
movie's like real serious. And then I think it had Morgan Freeman was the president in the
he
movie.
was, he was, he was. But I could never get into it because I was just so in love with Armageddon.
I mean,
And
well, yeah.
most people I knew either picked one or the other, right? Well, most people that I knew. I can't speak for everyone in the universe, but
Well, I mean, you can pretty much speak for everybody, and everybody picked Armageddon. I'm sure there's somebody out on the internet that's gonna like fight the argument that Deep Impact is the better movie, and
Deep
here's
Impact is
why.
better, T. Will. You're a loser. You're a loser
Yeah,
because you like Armageddon, T. Will.
you're just a
Deep
mark.
Impact is the
That's all
better
you
movie.
are.
Deep Impact is the better movie.
Yeah, I'm
Damn
sure
it.
there is like somebody out there that would do that. There always is.
Now I'm gonna go back and watch it on my Betamax that I still have. Damn it,
I
because
told you it's a
Betamax is
better
great.
movie. Look at the superiorness of it.
Betamax is great. Okay, 'cause I still have it. I couldn't, you know what I mean? And I don't even remember Deep Impact because I watched it once and then I went back and watched Armageddon again. I was like, it was
I
just
think
so
that's the
much
problem. I
better.
think everybody watched it like once, and that was like it. It's like,
Yeah, yeah. It's like it's not the same scenario, but it's like Reservoir Dogs versus Pulp Fiction. I like Reservoir Dogs, but Pulp Fiction was, in my humble opinion, by far a greater movie. Just a
oh yeah.
pure cinematic experience. It was hilarious from start to finish. I probably watched Pulp Fiction about 50 times. So,
Well, I mean, can you do the
uh,
dance step?
uh, where he's doing that,
Yeah.
yeah, like that.
He's just like,
John Travolta is a good dancer, man.
oh God,
As in,
God
there's
bless
one,
that
two, three,
man's
four,
soul.
five, bro. That let me tell you something. It had so many. The first time I saw it, it took you on this journey, man. Like she ODs and then he's got a stabber in the heart. And oh my God, man. The argument that Samuel L. has with John Travolta, this is some unforgivable, repugnant shit. I will never forgive you for this. Matter of fact, you need to be the MF on detail on brain detail. We switching. Well, I'm a race car driver in the red. Well, I'm TNT. Oh my God. Oh,
You know,
oh,
I miss Samuel going on rants in movies. Like he
me
doesn't
too.
do that anymore.
He's older. You know what I mean? It's like whatever. You know what I mean?
I mean, you
I
can
think
still like, man, you could get him up for it. Like I'm sure we get him a rated R movie and prep him up, and I'm sure he can go off and just blurt out whatever.
my favorite scenes in that movie are the first one and the second one. The first one where he's like, and you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance down. And then in the last one, which is really the second one, where he's talking to John Travolta and talking to the two would-be robbers. That is one of the best movies I've ever seen, bar none. So, anyway, yeah. So back to Armageddon, man. The cast, all-star cast, lot of chemistry, well done, well done, well done, well done, well done. I think that it's interesting, and Bruce Willis had an issue with the scenes that were cut out of the movie because he felt like it would have been a better movie had it included those scenes. Now, again, I can't imagine it being a better movie because I just thought it was great, right? But I don't know. Talk to me about that. What do you think about that?
I mean, I kind of could. I may had a couple of the scenes in this in the Criterion collection of it. Of some of the stuff that was cut out. And yeah, I kind of get where he's coming from. But some of those times, like we have to cut out stuff. Sometimes you can't
Got
have
to do it.
everything.
It was already
Yeah.
2.5 hours, right? So you can't, you know what I mean? I mean, it would have been 3 hours, right? So
Yeah, it would clearly, like if there's some stuff that you can like I think one of the better what ifs is I watched Ant-Man, the third Ant-Man, where the quantum physics or it is.
yep, Quantumania or
You,
something like that.
yeah. They cut out almost all of his serious scenes. Got cut out of that movie.
Mm. I guess they figure it doesn't work with him.
Oh, because it should work. Like, the title says Ant-Man. It's like this dude's supposed to be the hero.
Right.
Like in what movie have you ever seen where like there's not the serious part of the movie? And then to
Yeah.
get it all cut out,
Well, I
like
mean,
I kind of get it in one way and then I don't understand it like the other.
I'm not defending it because A, we didn't see it, right? But I
Yeah.
guess what I say is maybe they felt that with his particular brand, right? Or his particular delivery. Maybe they just felt like, again, this is Marvel, this is Disney. They don't
Yeah.
know, as we've seen, they don't always make the right decisions, right? So, but maybe they felt like in his case, it would be better if he's always comicky and campy and what I honestly felt like Ant-Man 2 was a plot device anyway, just to get them to the quantum realm
Yeah.
for, Endgame. I did.
And I
So,
also I also think part of the reason why that movie failed is because they didn't have the other guys in it.
oh yeah. Wait a minute. Were they in 2? Are you
They
talking
were in
about 3
two, but
failing?
they weren't in three.
Yeah, and they should have been because they were hilarious, especially
Yeah.
the dude that talk fast. Like that was great. That was great. That was like and Ti and they just what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like Disney missed a golden opportunity. They could have gave them their own TV show,
they
and
should have.
people would have probably watched it.
They would have watched it. They at least for a season. Yeah, they
Yeah,
would have
I mean,
watched
just
it.
like they would have watched it. It would have been watchable.
Yeah, they would have watched it, man. They would have watched it.
But yeah,
Well,
I think
yeah.
we covered about everything on this one.
Okay. Well, are you ready to give it your final rating out of 10?
Oh, I would definitely give it a 10.
You give it a
I would
10 out of
definitely give it
10?
a 10. I
Wow.
would, because I mean, we could we could rewatch that.
I definitely could rewatch it.
We could definitely rewatch that and
I definitely could
have a
rewatch it.
good time. And you
Yeah.
wouldn't want to watch something else. Like what else would you actually want to watch?
After
Realistically,
that,
once you put it
yeah.
on.
It's like eating a steak, right? You don't want to eat anything after a good steak, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I get it.
Like realistically, it really is one of the most campiest feel good movies. You get
Yeah.
the song. Like
Yeah.
it has everything you really want in a summer
Yeah.
blockbuster. Like if this was to get re-released in the movie theaters,
I'd go see
people
it.
would go and watch it.
I would go see it. I would totally go see it. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I think Spider-Man 1 through 3 with Sam Raimi is getting released in August. Well, maybe in September. It's getting released sometime this year. All 3 are being released in the theater. So
Because I could tell you just last 4th of July at the Alamo Draft House here, we had it. We had
that's awesome.
Independence Day.
That's
Sold
awesome.
out. Sold out.
Mm. I'm gonna go see 1 and 2. I can't go see 3. I can't relive that. I just can't.
You
I
can't do
I
it. You can't do
I
it too much.
I can't. I I can't. I was like, what the hell, right? Are are we watching Cats? What is this?
I don't
Grease?
know what that happened when part
What
three, like
what?
it would have been fine. So if they would have ended Spider-Man 3 right at the Bell scene where they created Venom, I think
Yeah.
that would have been a better ending.
Anything that doesn't include that club, that was just nonsense. Like that just they jumped the shark with that, man. That was just oh my god. It was it's what movie? Somewhere Will what's the name of that movie? West Side Story. I feel like I was watching West Side Story like what the hell are we doing? Right? When you're a jet, no, no, no. No. So I'm not gonna watch 3, but I will watch 1 and 2 in the theater just to
Yeah.
get that feeling,
I think
right?
my favorite movie that I can't watch, it has to be the Marvels.
Yeah. You said
Like
you
I had
can't
it
watch it?
on.
You
No, I
can't
had
watch
it
it?
on, but I really
Okay.
like I could tell you that I wasn't really watching it. It was just kind of ended up. I think I ended up falling asleep in the middle of the movie, and I woke up during
Yeah.
the dance scene.
Yeah. I'm like that with Eternals. I can't get through it. I've tried 3 times. I can't. To me, that is one of the worst Marvel movies ever made. Like I just can't get through it.
I
I
think that
tried.
should have been the first movie that should have been rated R for Marvel.
What, Eternals?
Yeah,
You think it would have been better if they threw in some
I think it would
gratuitous?
definitely been better if they would have been like, "Hey, this is our Game of Thrones." Like you go back in time, you go in the present, you know, like just yeah, you know, in all honesty, like if that would have been like their Game of Thrones, because talking about the describing the Eternals is it's not easy. Like it's definitely not easy because
It's
they've
it's
been
a concept, right? So,
yeah.
which again makes you wonder why even bring them in, because unless here's the thing, right? Unless you are a Marvel connoisseur, you're not going to understand the Eternals anyway. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
because
it's it's
you're not gonna understand it in like 2.5 hours.
Thank you.
You're not gonna
It's
understand it 2.5, but you can understand. You can put it together in like 6 hours. Like if there was like
right.
6 hours of content,
Yeah.
you could put it together.
So maybe they could have introduced it as a, or introduced them as a part of another show, maybe introducing them, and then but just the way that they were, it was bad.
I mean, I thought they should have just gotten like if they would have just had like an Eternal series, but
Yeah. Yeah.
but that would be like, hey, are you really gonna get Angelina Jolie to do a TV show? And the
Yeah.
answer is probably no at that
No,
time.
probably not. But I mean, again, there's just certain concepts. Like, I'm glad to see the Fantastic Four finally get Galactus right to where we can see him,
Yeah.
because the technology in previous years, it just wasn't there for it. But people don't understand just how large of a figure Galactus is. And not only that, most people don't understand Galactus serves a purpose, right? There's a
Yeah.
there's a I forget, what was it, the theory of everything, the secret of it, whatever. Reed is trying to solve a problem, and so he ends up going to another reality, and I forget what happened, but there's a council of Reeds, right?
Yeah.
And what's happening in this comic is the Eternals have run amok because of Galactus died, right? So Galactus consumes planets, and Eternals mate with planets and create other Eternals. So if you don't have Galactus to consume planets, the Eternals are going to get out of they're going to get out of line. They're going to multiply
Yeah.
at a much
There's gonna be
faster rate
multiple
in that
Eternals.
universe, right? And the other thing about it is Galactus doesn't necessarily want to consume planets. He has to, right? That's the other thing I think they did well in that Fantastic Four movie, is you get the impression that he doesn't really want to do this. He has to do it. He doesn't want to do it, right? So I don't know. But either way,
I
man.
didn't like the fact how they did Mr. Fantastic in the movie.
You didn't? What did you not like about it?
Well, he should have been the lead, like, and because I know that he's sharing with Sue Storm, but Sue
Right,
Storm, and I've read comic books. I have
right.
an understanding that Mr. Fantastic is the leader.
He's
He's
that dude.
supposed to be the face, you know.
He's him. He's him.
Yeah, you know, he's supposed to be the man of the
He's the
Fantastic
smartest.
Four.
He is the smartest guy in the Marvel universe. So,
You know, and
you
then
know,
like also I wish the Mole Man would have just been the bad guy in the movie.
yeah, they and that's the other thing. And look, I get that the Mole Man is not Galactus, but he's not a chump either. And
Yeah.
they kind of played him down. They really played him down. So I agree with that. I
Like
agree.
I really, if anything, why couldn't they just get the Mole Man to be the main bad guy of the movie? Because
Because
the whole point of getting the Fantastic Four is like, here's the bad guy, here's the good guy. The good guys beat the bad guy. You go home happy. Here you go. I don't need Fantastic Four. Like it's already a family movie. Like
right.
that's the whole concept, Fantastic Four.
But Galactus is sexy, right? And
He is sexy.
pause, pause. But Galactus eats. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
why do the X-Men keep doing Dark Phoenix? Why won't they let the Phoenix die? They've done it twice. Well, because it's kind of sexy, right? Now, again, I'm fine. I hope they don't do this for a third time. I hope we don't see the Phoenix again. Look, I
I'm
get
sure
it.
they will, to be
I
honest.
Right, because it's sexy,
Yes, it
right?
is. It
We
is.
get that. It's like Apocalypse, right? I did not like the one thing I did not like about the Apocalypse movie is that you don't beat Apocalypse, right? Apocalypse is a Darwinist. He just wants to show up and fight you just to see if you're ready. He doesn't have to win. It's not about that. He's not he's not about world domination. He's about, do you deserve the right to live, right?
Yeah.
Might makes right. He's a Darwinist. In most of their conflicts, nobody dies, nobody wins. He just, all right, you're good. And then he leaves, right? Or he'll come up with some sort of whatever. But ultimately, the goal is to see if you are ready as a mutant, is to see if you can defend yourself. There is no way any form of X-Men would have destroyed Apocalypse. Not the comics I read, right? So I didn't like that.
Well, Apocalypse is like
Maybe
the world beater of like the X-Men.
he's the first
Like, if
mutant,
anything, they should have brought Deadpool in, like the X-Force people. Like, I know it's kind of a comedy little shtick that they
bro.
have, but you need like all hands on deck if it
You
was
would
going to be
you
successful.
to be honest, you need Reed Richards. You need a Beyonder. You need an Omega level, probably a reality warper to have a shot. But Wolverine, Psylocke, Storm, Magneto, nah, they be lunch, right? So I didn't. But
Yeah.
again, you know, they do what they do. Whatever. It's Fox. You know, but I'm
Well, I would
hoping they
actually
get
be
the X Men
okay
right
seeing
this
the
time.
Phoenix again when they do
A third time?
Secret Wars.
A third
If
time? Really?
Cyclops, if Cyclops has the Phoenix Force, like in the comic books, I would
What
actually
about,
be okay with it.
isn't there like one a comic where they like it goes to six of them?
Yeah, it's the Phoenix Five series
Yeah.
where the power gets distributed amongst five people, but Cyclops ends up with all power.
Doesn't he lose it? He loses it, right?
Well, he dies.
Because nobody can handle.
Oh no,
Yeah.
he ends up dying in Secret Wars with the Phoenix powers.
Yeah.
And it's like, so I hope they actually take that into Secret Wars where he
Oh,
actually has the Phoenix Force.
that'll be interesting. That'll be interesting.
But
Do you think
really, I
though?
would actually like to see like part of the movie be X-Men versus Avengers.
You know what's cool about that? So in the comic, there's this dialogue where the X-Men are like, because they're having it with Captain America, and they're like, "Look, Cap, you know, we've gone through many conflicts, and you have never shown up for us. So
I see. I
don't
remember
come
that.
here." You remember that?
I remember the.
That was a great scene because it was true. It was
Yeah.
real. They're like, "Look, man, we've had this and that, and all of us have been killed. No more, and you did nothing. So don't come here and preach to us, buddy." Like, and that they were right. But I would like to see that. I don't know that we will. Do you think the Beyonder will be in Secret Wars? I don't think so, but
I don't think
you know,
so either. If
yeah,
anything, I'll probably like Scarlet Witch or something, some
yeah,
like placeholder placement.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, they did the same thing in Infinity War because it was the Hulk telling them Thanos is coming as opposed to the
Yeah.
Silver Surfer, right? So yeah, definitely. Well, hey man, I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. Uh, just cause I think it's a great movie. I love it, but I don't know. I kind of reserve the 10 out of 10 for like I don't know. I don't know.
I mean,
Whatever.
I do the 10 out of 10. It's
Yeah,
just my
yeah. It's 9 out of 10. It's a great movie. Enjoyed it. Um, yeah, man. So yeah, this was fun. I appreciate it.
thank you.
Thank
We're
you
gonna
for
do it
having
again.
this. I hope so. I hope so. Definitely. Definitely. Looking forward to it. So,
All right.
if I could, I'd like to let your fans know where they can see me, if that's possible.
Yeah, go right ahead. You got about
All right.
less than a minute though.
Cool. You can
Time's
see me
clicking
at
out.
four. You can see me at 4 by ATL Movies One on YouTube. That's the one specifically for movies and TV shows. You can also the number four, my ATL Movies, the number one on YouTube. You can also see me at For My ATL Sports One on YouTube. And there you go. And Mr. Javier, thank you so much for having me. This was fun. We have to do this again.